So we're also aware that for people who are jubilating, saying that they have won, I want to also say that there is no court that affirmed that right of Martins Adewale is the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. So I want to assure people to go about their normal business, and that we as a local government council will continue to do what we need to do for our people. The project we are doing will not be distracted. So those who are jubilating, there is no court, like I said before, have made claim that Martins Adewale is the Speaker of the State Assembly. What they were celebrating is just to comfort themselves, because they know that the battle is over. So I want to also call on those of our people who are in the other side to come back and let them join forces in supporting the governor of Rivers State. We are not supporting Fubara because Fubara is an innocent. We are supporting Fubara because we are doing the right thing. Like I tell people, no man can own Rivers State. Rivers State is too big for one man to own as a private estate. What the governor is doing is to ensure that there is peace in Rivers State. And you can see that the governor is a man that has conscience. He's a man that loves Rivers people. Ordinarily, if the governor uses his power, I think most of these people who are gathering somewhere jubilating will not be gathering. But because the man has conscience and he loves peace, there is peace in Rivers State. So for those who feel that they have won and say they have won, nobody has said this is the Martins Adewale the Speaker. So what happens is they are just comporting themselves because they know they've lost it. They know that Rivers people has rejected them. So I want to advise some people to go about their normal business and continue to pray for His Excellency the Governor. You're also aware that the Governor has also given appointments, as I yesterday, to different persons. The government is moving forward and people are crying in the name of jubilation. Like I tell people, Rivers State belongs to God. And what we'll continue to do is to support His Excellency the Governor of Rivers State. Like I tell people, Fubara will be governor for 8 years. If our brother can be governor for 8 years, Fubara will be governor for 8 years. This is the turn of the Riverine people who are going to support them to do their own term for 8 years. Nobody can come from back door to say he wants to be governor. And let me tell people what my brother Martins Adewale wants. He wants to be acting governor of Rivers State. And it will not work because God is not asleep. God will not allow that to happen. This is the period that it is time for Fubara to rule Rivers State. And God has said this is his time. So whatever they are doing now is just mere distraction. We are not scared. I want to tell our people that they should go about their business and continue to pray for the governor. The governor is busy flagging up projects. There are project sites everywhere. So we are not disturbed by the mere jubilation yesterday. Our matter is also in Federal High Court. So I want to assure people that there is no cause for alarm. For those of our youth who are on social media turning themselves to be magistrates, High Court judge, and Supreme Court judge, I want to tell them that they should use that energy they use their writing to look for something to do, and also come over to join a man who loves young people. Let me tell Nigerians that since in the history of Rivers State, this is a time where young people are local government chairmen. They love old men. I don't know, challenge our youth that even the man they are supporting cannot even nominate a young person for any appointment. I start to be challenged. Mention anybody in Rivers State that is age between 23 to 32 years as the given appointment by Chief Executive. The answer is no. It does not love young people, it doesn't want young people to grow. So I want to appeal that you have a government that loves young people, and you can see that those who are given responsibility as chairmen and commissioners in Rivers State, they are doing very, very well. So I want to show people they should go about their normal business and continue to pray for His Excellency the Governor. Thank you. And election was conducted in Rivers State. We are duly elected and sworn in by the Governor of Rivers State. So, like I told somebody yesterday that we are not scared. We are believing that God is going to give us victory. So, we are not scared. The issue is that those who are jubilated that the council chairman will go, I am sorry for them that we are going to remain here for 3 years. He mentioned Tony Okocha saying that we came through the back door. But it's quite unfortunate that in our society, the likes of Tony Okocha will be coming to, talk about people who are duly elected. And you also know the character of Tony Okocha. Election was held in Rivers State. We filled in candidates, all the political filling candidates. We did our campaign and we won our election. The certificate of return was issued to us, and we were duly sworn in by the Governor of Rivers State, Excellency Fubara. and somebody is coming to say we came to the back door. Well, I'm sorry for him, it's quite unfortunate. But let me tell you that Tony Okocha his bloodline has a history of betrayal. He has betrayed Rotimi Amaechi. And I know definitely going to betray Chief Barrister Onyewike. And I know him very well. The next time he will talk about His Excellency, I will sit down and address the Rivers people and tell them who Tony Okocha is and what he did in 2023 general election. He can't have it. And let me also say, as far as Obia local government is concerned, Tony Okocha does not want anything. Go and ask. It's not by using security agencies to oppress people. There's nothing you can do to force people to love you. And I also want to challenge him. He has been chief of staff. Now he's representing Rivers State in NDDC. Let him tell us how many persons that he has touched their lives within his community. Not to give people 30,000, give 4 people and he run away with the remaining money. We are aware of what he did and we don't want to talk about it. But for us, Tony Okocha is not important. We also think it's important to talk about it because we know that in the coming days he's going to betray Chief Barrister Onyewike. And these are the characters who are deceiving Wike, telling him that Fubara is a small boy. But I want to tell them that God is on our side. Thank you. He also said, Martin Sabioglu, yes, I am Martin Sabioglu from the same community. He was formerly representing me in the State Assembly. And we are also waiting to INEC to say, look, they should come and conduct an election to fill in those vacant seats in the state. So we're also appealing to INEC to do the needful. What you saw yesterday on social media they were comforting themselves. They know that they are gone and they are gone forever. They should wait till 2027. We are waiting for them to talk. But whatever they are doing there is just comforting themselves, telling their people to write, they are dancing, assembly. That place belongs to, but you see, one people are very kind. If it was so wicked, those characters will not sit down there, they will come there and change every way. Why say that Fubara is a very kind person? And that is why he's succeeding. So for them, what they are doing there, they know that they are gone. He's just, even looking at his face, he's not a happy man. So I want to call on INEC to conduct election and do the needful. Thank you. Before we came in, we did say that we've cut the tax by 50% in all the market, those who are doing business in our local government. But it's quite unfortunate that most of these persons, they are going back, most of them are crying on the radio station. You are doing business in a local government, you must pay your tax. That is why we will get money to do other projects. The issue is that most of the persons who left here before I came are who sponsored these young men because they go collecting this money from them, telling them that they should pay revenue to the council that when the local government is illegal. But like I said before, we are business friendly to those who are doing business in our local government. And I've told them anyone who has an issue should come to the council and give us support. I speak to you now, we have some persons who are outside, those taxi drivers operating within our local. We want to have a meeting with them and appeal to them on what to do. So we are not harassing anybody, but the issue that you must pay your tax. And Obiabo is a very sensitive local. Most people are coming to even harass people. Most of them are not from a local government, they're coming from different local governments, start dragging people's vehicle and other, but we want it, and that is why we're meeting with all the critical stakeholders to address that issue. Thank you. Would you tell anybody to harass anybody who is carrying their water listing around local government? I know that those persons, they even came yesterday, we had a meeting with them, and we have resolved that issue. I've told them this is what to do. Like I said before, we're not harassing anybody. Our revenue drive is that we'll deal with the leadership. We'll tell you this is your leadership, go and collect your money, pay to the council accounts. But when you refuse to do that, the council will now set up a task force that will start enforcing that policy. We need to pillar those who have filling station and gas. Go and ask them. We are dealing with the leadership. I wouldn't tell anybody to start harassing anybody. Thank you. 3 days ago, an OSPAC caught a PhD official around 2 a.m. at Uzoba, vandalizing transformers. No right-thinking human being will go to a transformer without those who knows how to connect it. So I want to appeal. I've also told PhD that their staffs should not move around the night. They can't go around 2 a.m. in the morning. So you want to fix lights. You are vandalizing, carrying pipes and carrying armored cable. You cannot see that we are not the people doing it, not even our youth. Those who are responsible for that are PhD, they are the people stealing all these things. But we have also appealed to them that they should stop. And the transformers were given out, we also try to also install them, because that's part of our responsibility. Most of the communities don't have funds to do that, so the council is taking the responsibility of installing these transformers. Our people that they should protect whatever they have to avoid people coming to vandalize it. You know, if you vandalize transformer, to install transformer is about 18 million naira there. So coming to vandalize it, we won't accept that. So the community should also protect what they have, including the